Hey everyone, welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase, and today we're going to talk about Chainlink. We're going to talk about Chainlink versus Bitcoin, Chainlink versus the US dollar. We're also going to look a little bit at Bitcoin versus US dollar and also touch on the DXY. So on this channel, we like to focus on bigger time frames, more chart-based, more facts-based, less on the moon boy hopium and making 10,000% gains over the next 6 hours. So if you like that, feel free to follow us, like us, subscribe. We have a Twitter, a Telegram, and a newly launched Patreon. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about the charts and just expand your education, we have a private Telegram on there, private alerts channel, and also we make premium weekly video on there and daily chart updates as well. So if you want to learn a little bit more and take it to the next level, I would suggest check us out there. All links are in the description below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we have Chainlink Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Now this is on a log scale, and this is the trend line that we have been on a log scale, okay? So if you take it off log scale, it looks quite different. So this is probably the chart that you're used to seeing on a bigger time frame. But on a log scale, look at this. So we have our massive, this is a big trend line. This is going back almost 2 years now, right? April 2019. So look at all the touch points. Support here, support, 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 support. We finally make our bubble up, get a nice big price rise, fall back down, go through it. We're in the depths of despair down here. We come back to our trend line and we touch exactly to it, get rejected, and we're currently trying to get back above it. So anytime that you're using a support line for a long time like this, I mean, like I just said, almost 2 years, if you have support for that long, once you break it, the first time you come back and test it, it's going to be resistance. So anytime you flip a resistance line or a support line, it'll do the opposite when you re-interact with it. So we need to get back above this. That would be a fantastic sign. And we'll talk more about that in just a second. But first, I wanted to show you, zoom in here, and I've drawn what we want to have happen. This would be ideal. So you can see this is our 50-week moving average, this green line. This is our 21-week moving average. So these are important key levels in a bull market. And this is only against Bitcoin. So this is linked against Bitcoin. This has nothing to do with US dollar. So this doesn't mean that prices against USD will necessarily increase. This is versus Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. So we are still in a theoretical kind of a bear market against Bitcoin. Chainlink is. Until it gets back above its 21-week, we're in trouble. And to what would it take for Link to get this moving back up again and this to work? We don't want these lines crossing, that's for sure, because then Link can just kind of fizzle for who knows how long. But I think we have some light at the end of the tunnel here. So in order for us to get a bounce, you can see how close these lines are coming. We're going to need a nice move up soon. So we're going to have candles on these are weekly. We need weekly candles to really start moving up here. So maybe we get a week there, next week that, next week this, something like this. This will start your moving averages, especially the 21-week, to really start moving up. So currently, our moving average is taking into account the past 21 bars. So let's look at that. 21 right here. So it's going back to this candle. Now, next week, it's going to be taking lower and lower prices. So we're really going to have to reverse this sharply to not get these prices averaged in. And because if we just go sideways, if we can't get back above this, and we just go sideways, this 21-week moving average will cross, and that is not good. And it'll continue to go down because it's averaging lower and lower prices, as we just looked at. We need to start printing higher and higher weekly candles. Now, once we get up to this line again, if Bitcoin were to remain at relatively this price, let's say 50,000, just make it easy. Look at on the right, 0.001. What does that mean? If Link were to be at this price and Bitcoin stayed at 50,000, this is a $50 Chainlink versus the USD. How do I get that? You take $50,000 or whatever the price of Bitcoin is when we start moving up, and you take it and you multiply it by this price that you see over here. So take 50,000 times 0.001 is 50. Easy math. But you can do that right now. If you wanted to see what this price is, where Chainlink is on a Bitcoin, you can do this with any coin. Ethereum versus Bitcoin, this is how you figure it out. You take whatever the price is of Bitcoin, multiply it by this number over here, then you get your US dollar price. So if you're new here, maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you already knew that, and I'm boring you to death. So let's go over to link on the US dollar. Now let's see what we got. So this is a theoretical bull flag. This is not a bull flag yet. We have to confirm a breakout. This is on the daily chart against the US dollar. So we're got back above our 21-day. We're holding it as nice support right now. Hopefully we're breaking this. Now this is not like a huge line, because if you're not new here, you know that I like more touch points the better. We only have a couple here, right? So this is not like a huge line to break. And this is really not even a textbook bull flag, but let's just pretend it is. It may be playing out like that. If we can hold this, if we come back out today, and if we come back down and we hold it as support without going back in this, then we could theoretically be moving back up. We don't have to do that. If everything just starts moving again and we get another alt season, which could very well happen starting the next few days to few weeks, if Bitcoin holds these levels, I have no doubt then altcoins can and will start moving very soon. So if we start printing up, we would want to ideally, obviously, break our all-time high up here. If that happens without retesting this, then where could we theoretically be going against USD? I'm glad you asked. Let's scroll out and see where we're at. So the top of this is just over $50. Remember what we just looked at against Link and Bitcoin? If we were to come back up in here and Bitcoin holds these levels, that would be a $50 link. Maybe this isn't coincidence. $50. Now, how did I get this? How did I just draw a random line? No. If you take a bull flag, your pole, and you draw this, you draw a straight down angle, right? That is where this comes from. So you want your flagpole to equal this on the bottom. You see this? So this line and the start of the flagpole, where your first green candle up starting this is, you want those even. You take this and wherever your breakout is. So far it's right here, right? But this doesn't, like I said, this doesn't have to be a breakout yet. We haven't confirmed this. But let's, for fun and games, let's pretend it is. So we take that where our breakout is at the line, not at the top of the candle, because we theoretically already started this. So if this plays out, that's why I got this line. Now if we don't, if it goes back down or whatever and reforms this over the next few days or weeks, we can redraw this and then get it and break it out wherever it does form. But so far so good. We're playing out perfectly so far. So this is what we're going to watch for. Just over $50 link if we go up. Now that does not mean that we go there in the next few days. This took, look at this. We started in January, right? January 1st. It took until almost 2 months. 7 weeks. This took 7 weeks to play out. So 7 weeks, where would that put us? 7 weeks from now, if this, all this is if, guys. This is all if. Nothing is for sure here. If this plays out, let's say 50 days, right? We had just shy of 2 months. That puts us towards the end of April, maybe May. This doesn't have to be this doesn't have to play out the same. It could be a little bit shorter, it could be a little bit longer. And this also assumes that we are breaking out and we are going to continue making highs. Now, if we do break this high, our all-time high, you wake up someday, this week, next week, whenever, and we're above 37, then if this continues, I would expect our next local high like this before a retracement to be $50, $54, right in that area. They play out more often than not to these levels. Bitcoin just did it to the T. Bitcoin's bull flag like this, taking this line, projected this to within $100. So Bitcoin could be doing the same thing right now. See, look at this. Bitcoin could be forming another bull flag, breaking out again. So far, this is holding as perfect support. That's a great sign. Look at the wick. It came right down to it. We want Bitcoin to not get too crazy. We can't have Bitcoin doing this because then altcoins get dominated out. It's called Bitcoin dominance. That's a whole nother subject, but we want Bitcoin to just kind of slowly move up, maybe 50, range between 50 to 52, 53, something like that. That would be perfect. Ideal for alt season. So watch for this. So far, we could have come back down. We haven't. Could be a very nice sign. So we'll keep an eye on this. The only thing that's hesitant and keeping us from absolutely exploding, in my opinion, is the DXY. The DXY is the US dollar currency index. As you can see, since February 25th, we've been going up. We want to get rejected. Certainly, this is kind of, I don't want to say last man standing here, but this is our final kind of safety net. When was the last time we did anything like this? Last March, when Mr. Virus happened and we announced our first money printing. Now, since we have all the money printing going on and we just got a new bill passed, maybe we got another one of these coming. Hopefully not another macro jump up like this, because this would be devastating for crypto, honestly. If this just continues to explode up, we want to turn around sooner than later and do another macro one of these. So watch this level. We'll watch this week, 92.75, 92.80 level right here. We want to get rejected. This is our 200-day moving average. That would be a nice level to get rejected on and start moving back down. If we go up to a little bit higher time frame here, this is the weekly time scale. You can see we cut through the 21 week like butter, even though we held it as resistance a couple times here. So our next resistance, if that 200-day gets broken, our next safety net would be about 93.25 area, right in there. Get a rejection. We don't have to go up there. If we get rejected by the 200-day, it's like right in this area, which is kind of like a nice little resistance. See that line right here? Kind of this level would kind of coincide right with that 200-day moving average that we just talked about. You can see we had a lot of interaction back in there. This was months and months of playing with this. These are weekly charts, so about 3 months of interaction with kind of holding that as support before breaking it. So macro trend, that's what we look for. This channel, we focus on the charts primarily. Less news, less hype. So if you like that, like I said, we have a Twitter, a Telegram, and if you want to take it to the next level, we have a Patreon. So that's for people who want to learn a little bit more. If you just want price updates, like you see in my YouTube videos, that's fine. If you want to learn a little bit more, you want a private Telegram, private charts, private weekly video, that's what that's for. So check us out. Intro rate at $35 a month to start out. As that goes up, you're locked in at that rate as long as you stay subscribed. So no prices will ever increase on you. So check us out there. Give us a try. There's no commitment or anything. So if you don't like it, you can drop off at the end of the month and you'll never have to worry about it again. But that's what I got for you today. My name is Chase. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for hanging around this long. If you did, here is our car of the day. Toyota Supra. Kind of the tricked out show car, drift car version. Pretty cool. Got a custom stereo up in there. That's pretty sweet. We got carbon hood. We got nice little engine components, polished up, turbo, all that cool. We got the intercooler up front. Pretty sweet. I've had this car for about 20 years. Still in pretty good shape, huh? I think I got this in 2000, back in high school. Our quote of the day. I'll see you on the next one this afternoon. Thanks so much. This week's going to be a crazy week. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to still make my 10 videos a week and still help you out on Patreon, all that stuff. But it's going to be a different schedule. So if you're one of my normal subscribers, you're going to see videos at odd times this week. But they'll still be the same. Still going to make a bunch of videos. Still going to do the same amount of work. Probably more work. A lot more work. But odd schedule this week. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys. Thanks so much. See you on the next one.